You are worth $25 million. And the person standing behind you at the grocery store thinks you are trying to save $3 on coffee. You are wearing the same jacket you bought 7 years ago. Your phone has a small crack near the corner. Your car is sitting outside in the parking lot, a 15-year-old silver sedan with 184,000 miles on it. Nobody turns around. Nobody whispers your name. Nobody has any idea that the person comparing prices between 2 bags of coffee owns apartment buildings, storage facilities, small companies, and pieces of businesses that quietly produce money every single month. Your neighbor waves at you while loading groceries into a brand new luxury SUV. He feels slightly bad for you. He assumes you never figured money out. Because every morning at 7:15, he sees the same thing. The same old car. The same faded notebook on the passenger seat. The same coffee shop receipt sitting near the dashboard. Nothing about your life looks like $25 million. And that is exactly how you designed it. Because years ago, you discovered something most people never notice. There are 2 financial worlds happening at the same time. The world everyone sees, and the world underneath. The visible world rewards attention. Expensive watches, new cars, bigger houses, proof that something happened. But the invisible world rewards something else. Ownership, control, cash flow, quiet decisions repeated for years. Your entire fortune was built in places nobody was watching. Not in a viral company, not in a glamorous industry, not from one lucky moment. It came from ordinary things people walked past every single day. Buildings, contracts, small businesses, simple systems. Things so boring that nobody thought they could create extraordinary outcomes. And the strangest part is that when everything finally changed, almost nothing changed at all. 15 years earlier, you are sitting alone in a small coffee shop. The same coffee shop you still visit today. You are not wealthy. You are not connected. You are not someone people ask for financial advice. You have $8,700 saved. A normal job, a normal apartment, a normal routine. Every morning you watch people rush past the window. Everyone seems busy. Everyone seems successful. But you start noticing something strange. The people selling their time are always exhausted. The people owning the systems are strangely calm. The coffee shop owner is not making every cup of coffee. The building owner is not fixing every pipe. The software owner is not personally helping every customer. You begin writing observations in a small black notebook. Not ideas, not dreams. Systems. Who owns this? Who gets paid repeatedly? Who benefits after the work is finished? One Saturday afternoon, you notice something almost embarrassingly simple. Small local businesses around you have terrible websites. Restaurants, repair companies, cleaning businesses. They are good at their craft, but invisible online. You do not build a giant company. You just solve one tiny problem. You pay a freelancer $300 to improve a local company's website. You charge the business owner $900. After expenses, you make $240. That is it. $240. Nobody celebrates. Nobody cares. Nobody even knows. But that night you sit at your kitchen table staring at the number written in your notebook. Because the money is not what matters. The proof matters. You found a system. A tiny machine where money could move without depending only on your hours. Most people would ignore $240. You study it. Because hidden inside that small transaction is the first piece of a completely different life. Over the next few years, nothing looks impressive from the outside. Your friends upgrade their cars. You upgrade processes. They compare vacations. You compare margins. They collect things. You collect ownership. The small website operation grows. $240 months become $2,000 months. Then $12,000 months. Eventually, the business produces $38,000 a month in revenue. Expenses take $17,000. The remaining cash flow gives you choices. And you start buying things nobody talks about at parties. Your first small commercial property costs $420,000. The paint is old. The carpet needs replacing. Nobody wants it because nobody can imagine it looking different. But you are not buying what it is. You are buying what it can become. You put $90,000 into repairs. You improve the spaces. You renegotiate contracts. 3 years later, the same property is worth $850,000. More importantly, it sends you checks every month. Quietly, predictably, you keep going. A small storage facility. A boring service business. Shares in companies you understand. You make mistakes. You buy one business for $600,000 and realize too late the previous owner was the system. Customers leave. Revenue drops. You lose $180,000. You write one sentence in the notebook. Never buy income without understanding what creates it. The lesson is expensive, but the lesson stays. Year after year, you keep building. Not faster, better. Because eventually you understand something. Most people are trying to create financial moments. You are creating financial machines. Moments disappear. Machines keep working. Years later, someone finally sees your portfolio. They expect something exciting. They expect secret investments, complex strategies, something that explains the result. Instead, they look through the numbers and become confused. Small businesses, real estate, index funds, cash reserves, systems. They look at you and say, "This might be the most boring $10 million portfolio I've ever seen." And you smile, because you understand they accidentally gave you a compliment. Boring survived. Boring compounded. Boring kept producing when excitement disappeared. You learned that attention and wealth are usually moving in opposite directions. The things designed to attract attention often take money away. The things designed to create wealth often attract no attention at all. Nobody sees the contract renewal. Nobody sees the automatic investment. Nobody sees the employee training system that improves profits by 4%. Nobody sees the debt slowly disappearing. Nobody sees the 1,000 tiny decisions. But those decisions see each other. They connect. They compound. The world keeps looking for the one big move. You keep collecting small advantages. Because money has a strange personality. It rewards people who can stay interested after things become boring. Eventually, you realize becoming wealthy creates a strange problem. You changed, but nobody noticed. And part of you likes it that way. Your neighbor still thinks you are average. Your relatives still talk about people who made it. They never mention you, because you do not match the picture in their mind. One afternoon, someone looks at your old car and says, "When are you finally going to treat yourself?" You just smile, because they are not really asking about the car. They are asking why you are not displaying the scoreboard. But you stopped playing that game years ago. The car works. The house is comfortable. The coffee shop still knows your order. You are not avoiding spending money. You are avoiding needing strangers to know you spent it. That difference changed everything. You learned that looking successful and becoming financially free require completely different decisions. One requires an audience. The other requires patience. One gets noticed immediately. The other gets noticed decades later. Maybe never. And that becomes the strange reward. You no longer need money to tell people who you are. The day your net worth crosses $25 million, you are sitting at the same kitchen table. The same notebook is next to you. The same car keys are beside it. There is no celebration, no announcement, no moment where the world suddenly understands. You refresh the numbers again. $25,034,891. You stare at it. Nothing happens. Nobody calls. Nobody knows. And strangely, that feels exactly right. Later that afternoon, you drive to the hardware store. The same old sedan. The same normal streets. The same neighbors who assume your life never changed. And in some ways, they are correct. Because the number changed. You did not. Money removed problems. It created options. It gave you control over your time. But it was never supposed to become your identity. Years ago, when you started writing in that notebook, you thought you were building wealth. But slowly you realized you were building something else. A life where you owned your decisions. A life where your time belonged to you. A life that did not require constant proof. Because the richest person in the room is not always the one everyone notices. Sometimes it is the person quietly leaving the room, with nothing left to prove.